Today, I am going to give you some real-time behind-the-scenes visibility strategy of how I am running my business in the month of December, for the month of December, and for future months. So as a business coach, I teach a lot on visibility. I help my clients grow their visibility, get out in front of new people, and I think one of the best ways that we can learn is to see what other people are doing. In my upcoming program, Magnetic Visibility, I'm actually going to teach you how to figure out what strategies are best for you. But I want to give you a behind the scenes of how I'm growing my business in the month of December and for future months. So before I get into how I'm doing it, what the actual strategies are, I want to talk about why I do it this way. Oftentimes in business, we get so hung up on where we are at in the moment. We become really reactive to this is the thing that has to get done today or this week, or this is the goal. We get so hunkered in, we put the blinders on, and we can't really see the forest for the trees. And that is what is stunting the growth of so many smaller businesses and solopreneur businesses, is that we don't look at where we're going. So in my business, I'm always working on where I'm at right now. What is the project or the task, the thing that I'm working towards, right? What is my goal right now? And also making sure that I take time to work on what I am moving towards. It's not just I'm working on a goal that I want to achieve by December 31st, 2023. It's also, what do I want to create in the next 6 months, 12 months, in the next 4 years, 8 years, etc. So I always work in the month for the month and in the month for out months. So now that we kind of understand why I do that, let's break down the how I do that. First and foremost, the how for the month of December. So in the month activities for that month, with a focus on shorter term strategies. These for me are going to be a lot more active. So I break all of this down in my course. If you don't know what I'm talking about as far as active versus passive, let me quickly kind of explain that and then get into it. So an active visibility strategy is very much one that requires you to be there the majority of the time. Social media is primarily an active strategy, especially if you use it like I do. I do a lot of video content, right? I am live with you right now. I batch some of my videos, but I don't really like to do that. So social media is very much an active strategy for me. If I am on camera, I am generally live. I am here. This is me, right? Very active. Whereas a passive strategy is going to be something that does absolutely take some effort, some energy, some time or money or other resource to get set up, but then is kind of hands off. Passive strategies tend to have a longer lifespan and also take a little bit more time. So for the month of December, I am focused on much more active strategies. My primary one is Instagram. Like I said, I do a lot of video content. So I'm on here most days in some sort, whether that is my stories, whether that is a quick live, whether that is a reel, etc. A lot of video-based content. That's my primary strategy for the month of December is Instagram for in the month for the month activities. My second strategy for in the month for the month is my email community. Really upping my game there, providing more content, more frequent emails, a lot of really high touch, high value there. Now, email, while it is short term in that I'm going to send an email today and you're going to get it today, also has longer term implications because you really get to foster that relationship. Email has one of the highest conversion rates across all marketing strategies, has for years. It is proven. So those are my two main focus points in the month for the month of December is Instagram, primarily video content with a push to really grow and promote awareness and sell my new program, Magnetic Visibility. The second one is email, really continuing to nurture the community that I have, giving them lots of good value, giving them lots of great tips around the holidays, and continuing to sell and promote my program, Magnetic Visibility, and other ways of working with me. The third strategy, and this is very much a a kind of secondary, right? So my primary focus is Instagram and email. My secondary focus is building up LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. These are not primary channels for me to use. These are not primary platforms. My primary social media platform is Instagram. But I am building up a YouTube channel, and instead of waiting until I'm ready, as I create new videos, I am plugging them onto my YouTube channel now, not waiting for whenever I decide to properly launch it and really create a community there. It's still getting some visibility out there. Same thing with LinkedIn. I have a pretty extensive network for my time in corporate. I get visibility there. I have hundreds of people see and view my posts every time I put them out there, but it's not my primary channel. But I do use repurposed content for those ones, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So that's in the month for the month. Much more active, much more short-term focused, because my sales focus this month is my magnetic visibility program. And we start in January, so very much a short-term project. Now, my second in the month for future months, my visibility strategies moving forward for my medium and longer term goals are much more passive focused. So I have two main strategies that I am implementing in the month of December for future months. My first strategy is podcast guest pitching. I love talking, I love having conversations with people, and I love going really deep on certain topics. I love to have long, in-depth conversations. So my main focus for future months is to really connect with podcast hosts and other opportunities that are guest speaking, right? Whether you have a mastermind or a group program or an IG live collaboration, things like that. Really utilizing my ability to speak well and my interest in speaking well and having those conversations in the form of podcast guest pitching. That's my first one. The second one, which is also another passive strategy, is to be involved in more bundles. So I've talked about freebie bundles before. They're not always free. The ones I tend to do are free. They're a really great resource to get in front of hundreds of thousands of people because they tend to have about 20 or more contributors with sizable email lists, with sizable social media profiles. So it's utilizing other people's audiences, which is actually what I'm doing with podcast guesting as well, is utilizing somebody else's audience, somebody else's community to help me grow my business, to help me grow my community. So both of my future month strategies are focused on leveraging other people's networks through podcast guest speaking and through bundle contributions. Now, the podcast guest speaking is going to bring people into my world through Instagram or through my email channel. Whereas the bundle contribution is going to bring them directly into my email list. Both of those then have different focus points, right? I said before, social media is more active and has a much shorter term lifespan. Email lists have a longer term lifespan, tend to be more highly converting. So I really like to have a variety of activities that I'm implementing, a variety of strategies that I've got going on, so that I'm not always churning out tons of content for social media, so that I'm not working 24/7, so that I'm not burnt out at the end of every day or at the end of every week. I'd like to have a really good variety. So that is what I am doing in the month of December for the month of December and in the month of December for future months. This is all information that I go into in extreme detail inside of my program, Magnetic Visibility. We start in January, we go throughout the entire month, and it's my opportunity to show you how you can create strategies for your business that do not burn you out, that do not make you hate what you're doing, that do not make you feel overwhelmed. They help you really secure your business to grow that visibility, to grow that impact that you're having on your terms. Because it doesn't matter what my strategy is. If you and I have different visions, different goals, different personalities, different lifestyle dreams, it's not about my strategy. It's not about copying my formula. It's about understanding how you can create something for your business that feels really authentic and genuine, and also gets you the results that you want. And also helps you to help other people, helps you bring in more consistent revenue, helps you bring in revenue to begin with in a way that does not burn you out or leave you feeling overwhelmed. If you have any questions on what I'm doing from my strategy perspective, or you've got questions about magnetic visibility, stick them in the comments or send me a DM. You can also register at the link in my bio. Magnetic visibility is an incredible program that is going to absolutely change the entire game in 2024 for you. Let's go.